Hello everyone, I am Jamila Musayeva, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my secret to glowing skin. I have a very fair skin. I don't like tanning. It's something I try to stay away during the summer season especially. I grew up with the precaution of not tanning too much because I did have some moles on my back, and since my parents are doctors, they're oncologists, they always warned me not to be under the sun because of my moles. And so I grew up basically hiding from the sun most of the time, and then it just grew out into become a habit of mine. I try to stay away from the sun now as an adult. I got those moles removed from my back, but still even nowadays I just don't have the desire to tan, and I'm embracing my fair skin, so to speak. But the perks of having very tan skin is that it always looks very healthy. It looks very glowy. Even if you're not putting anything on, it already looks very nourished. But with a fair skin, and especially with the fair and dry skin like the one I have, it can be very difficult to make it look very healthy and glowy. So I'm very focused on maintaining, first of all, the moisture on my skin. I try to make sure that I moisturize it really well. It comes from the concern for the skin itself, but then the side effects, the positive side effects, is that I end up having a very glowy, super dewy skin. Of course, I don't do all these steps in winter, but anytime that I expose my arms, my décolleté, my back, my legs, then I try to maintain this routine in order to make sure that my skin looks very glowy. So the first thing that I wanted to share with you, and by the way, none of these products are endorsed by any of these brands. These are products that I've been using for many years. Some of them have been with me for years. Some of them are new ones that I'm trying out. And I'm a skincare junkie, so I'm on a lookout for new products, new things to try out. And some of them end up being my favorites, and I continue buying them and stocking on them for years to come. And some of them I just don't even end up finishing the package, and I then gift it to people around me, to my friends, colleagues. So basically, these are the things that have worked so far, and I like them. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get these products to have a glowy skin. It's just I think the steps that I'm taking are helping me to have this glow throughout the day. I was trying not to put anything on my skin for this video, but then I went for a shower, and after a shower I have my routine. I couldn't stop myself, but I'll be doing this here as well in front of the video, so you can actually see a bit more of the effect on the skin that's already quite glowy. So first things first is this Bioderma body oil. Again, as I noted, I am I have a very dry skin. I'm prone to getting flaky skin, especially in winter time. So for me, it was very important to choose the right body shower oil or gel. This has been with me. I tried this, I think I want to say maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. I might be wrong with the dates, but for quite some time. And it is the one that works for me really well. It's very gentle on my skin. It doesn't strip it away from, the natural oils. So it's in a form of an oil, and it's a soothing, lipid replenishing, cleansing oil, anti-irritation. I actually first got this for my daughter. There was a Bioderma for children, and she has a very dry skin just like me, and she's also allergic, so it was very difficult to find something that worked for her. So I was always on the lookout for a right body shower for her, a body shower gel for her. So I ended up buying Bioderma, and I saw this and I was like, okay, let me give it a try because it sounds like something I would need. But I was scared that it's not going to clean my skin really well. But so far, it is cleaning really well. It's super gentle, and I don't have any irritations on my skin, which is very important for a sensitive skin like I have. So this is my go-to body gel. I think they have in a smaller size as well, but I buy this for home, and it lasts me for a really long time. With that being said, I'm also really into scrubs, but an exfoliation, but I'm conscious that my skin is super dry and very irritable. So I I'm very focused on getting the right scrubs that would not scratch my skin too harsh, because then you can get breakouts and all the things that you don't want to get on your skin. So I think I've shown this product in many videos before, and this is a product by Colistar. It's I think it says Milano, so I'm assuming it's an Italian brand, and it says Precious Body Scrub, exfoliates, cleanses, illuminates with sugar and amber powder. So this is how it looks, and you can see that I've used this. I have, like, when I buy something, and I mentioned this in all my videos, if I like something and it works for me, then I'll buy it in bulks. I think I've stocked on this for many years to go. I don't know if they still produce it. I hope that they do, but I have still in my stock, and it smells really well. It's very gentle. It has very small granules in it, so it helps exfoliate without really being harsh on the skin. And it has this Ayurvedic oils that smells like you're in a spa. And when you are taking a shower at home, you feel like you're in some expensive spa, and it's really about this the I don't know, like turning my daily routines into something special, upscaling them, elevating them with a candle, something smelling nice, and then I feel like I'm treating myself. So it's also psychological as well. It has a psychological effect. So with exfoliation, depending on how much my skin needs or how often it needs, I'll do it once or twice and sometimes 3 times a week. Or if I'm going to an important event and I have like this open dress and I want my skin to be like super, super glowy, then I'll first start with a scrub. I'll exfoliate my skin, then I'll do the body oil with Bioderma, and then I'll start moisturizing. So those 2 steps would be before getting the creams on. And I'm also someone who loves Azerbaijani Hammam. It is similar to Turkish, but not necessarily. It has a mix of a lot of different rituals, some that are particular to us. And what I love about it is that after you go to Azerbaijani Hammam, you not only physically like cleanse, but it's also for me emotional and mental cleanse. Anytime I feel down, anytime I have had a difficult time, a week, a month, I go to Hammam, and for those 2-3 hours I relax there, and I feel like I'm reborn. And I think anyone who has tried Hammam can relate to that. It's very different from just showering. When you get a shower at home, of course it makes you feel better, it energizes you, it takes away the bad energy, but when you go for Hammam, it's almost like you're being reborn. That's at least how I feel. And if you ever come to Azerbaijan, you have to definitely try Hammam. It's a must-have experience. So I do Hammam every week, every other week during winter, but in the summer it's really hot, so I'll do it like once a month, maybe. Anytime I feel like my body and soul need it, then I'll do it, but in summer it's a bit more difficult. Anyhow, the next thing I want to show you is something that I recently purchased by the recommendation of a pharmacist in a pharmacy. I was looking for a body lotion that would be gentle on my skin, that would be, smell nice and will dry really fast, but not too oily. And then she recommended this. It's the first time I, by the way, see this brand. Never seen this brand before, or heard of it before. It's called Babe, I think. Babe Balsamo and Aceite. So I'm assuming this is also an Italian brand, and it says it is nourishes, repairs, and soothes the skin. Honestly, such an amazing cream. I was skeptical when I was getting it because I've never heard of it, and you know how you're trying to see something new you haven't heard before. You're like, why is that no one is talking about it? Maybe it's not good. But then I was like, let me give it a try. What am I to lose here? So I did, and I love it. And I don't know where you can buy it, but I'll look it up. So this is how it looks. It's a bit white. It's white. I mean, it's a bit watery. It's super gentle. And then when you apply it on your skin, look, it starts glowing like that. So it actually doesn't leave any white residue on top, white cast, how I was told in one of the comments. And it just smells so nice. So it's balm that turns into oil on your skin and just quickly gets absorbed into your skin. But before I do this, I want to share a secret, a life hack. Unless you haven't heard of this will be your first time, or maybe you have. If you're into skincare and you know this, you will know this secret. The secret to ensuring that any of your cream is really absorbed fast is that you apply it on a little bit wet skin. You don't have to soak yourself in water, but also once you step out of the shower, you pat yourself a little bit with a towel, but don't dry completely. So there is a little bit of water on top of your skin. You just feel like it's not completely dry. And only after you apply the body lotion, then it's going to really nourish it, but also it's going to leave this really beautiful glow on your skin. I think that's probably the secret to my glowy skin. Now, since I'm not in the shower, I'm taking this intensive moisture care spray by a brand called Curel. I got it in Japan. I'm just going to show this to you. So, well, I've already applied the cream, but let me try this part of my shoulder and hopefully not get too much on my mic. So when you do this, so I'm trying to moist. So when you apply, see it's already glowing. So imagine I stepped out of a shower and I have a bit of water. So I will just gently rub it into my skin, kind of allow it to dry a little bit, like air dry. And then while it's still slightly humid, so this is the cream, I'm going to apply it on my skin. I don't know how this works. Probably there's a chemical explanation to this. But anytime you apply, see, it's already glowing. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but well, I applied here as well in the morning. But you see how the stark difference between this glow. It's nourished, but this one is glowing. So while it's still wet, I'll apply first the body lotion. The body lotion is really there to nourish the skin, to make it really like, smooth, and to moisturize it, particularly in summer when we're exposed to sun and it dries out our skin. Afterwards, I use a body oil. I do this, there's double layering. Sometimes when you do like skincare, you'll layer like first the lightweight products, and then you go up with the more heavier, dewier, and like thicker consistency. So then after this light body lotion, I will apply a little bit of oil. So I'm not using this oil to nourish my body. So it's not like I'm using it to actually hydrate the skin, but I'm using it as a trick to build up this glow. So first I'll melt it a little bit on my hands, and then I will apply it on my skin. And that's not all, because I have more products coming up. And don't forget your elbows, by the way, because it tells me a lot about attention to detail. You can have all your body super glowy, but if you forget your elbows, your knees, your feet, then you're not very attentive to all your body. And that's the key to, I think, to just being elegant overall, is that you pay attention to every single detail. So you see how it glows now? Super, super glowy. This is now 2, but I feel like this glows a little bit more. So right after that, depending if I'll leave it just a little bit to dry, because if I'm going to build up more products on top of each other, it's just going to slide and like get on my clothes. So I'll allow myself to a little bit dry up, and then afterwards, but since I don't have time for this video, I'll show you now, but I will wait for a little bit more while I do my makeup. And then as a last final touch, I'm going to use the Chanel Sheer Healthy Glow Highlight Liquid Fluid. It's just this much that I've used. I don't use that much, actually. It's just a little bit, but it goes a long, long way. And I think I've shown this in one of my videos before. So you can use it for your face. It's meant to be for face. I can sometimes use it on top of my cheeks, on my collarbones, on my arms, sometimes my feet as well. Not feet, my legs. Feet, maybe sometimes. So I'm going to use just a little bit, like tiny bit like that. I'm going now, since my fingers are quite oily, I'm going to just gently mix it the two in between my fingers. And then I'm going to apply it to almost like the key spots that I want to glow. So it's usually this collarbone area that I want to glow. Do you see? A little bit on the top of my shoulders. And so on. And the rest I'm just going to like glide here and here. So this is if I want just a glowy skin. So see how this one obviously glows a lot more than this part. But this is if I want just a glowy skin, all of that. But sometimes I want this extra shininess, especially when I'm going out in the evening and I want my body to just have this, not glow anymore, but more glitter. I'm actually going to use actual glitter. So this is by a brand called Miami Tats. I bought this in Dubai in a pharmacy. I just saw it and I like this pump. It reminded me, of perfumes back in the days when ladies used to use this to apply, spritz some perfume. So I love the shape of it. And it comes, I think, in different colors. There's one in silver, one in pink, one in golden. And with my color tone, because I have a fair skin, I have a cool undertone, I'm opting always for silver and pink, and I have a pink undertone. I always opt for silver or pink colors. Golden or bronze doesn't look good on me, so you have to know what is your skin color, what is your skin undertone. I've actually done a video on skin undertone, so if you want to check it out, you can see, I think, the beauty playlist. There's a video on that, how to understand what is your color undertone, which is very important, something that people overlook when they're looking for makeup and when they're choosing the right colors of clothes. They think, if I'm fair skin and you're fair skin, it's going to work for both of us. But fair skin comes in cool, warm, and neutral undertones, so it really depends on what your undertone is. Mine is cool and with a little bit of pinkish, so I go for pink or silver. So this is the one I'm going to use. I'm going to try to do like a little bit. Oh, I over applied in this part of my arm, but yeah, I'll do it from afar, and if there's a little bit more extra here, I'll just rub it in. And so this leaves like a little bit of a silver shine to it. It's not very visible. It's not like a glitter, like a glue that you'll see people apply sometimes. It's little sprinkles that if you rub them in or you like apply them with your oil, it's going to just make it glow a bit more. So this is something I'll use also on my legs as well. I'll obviously do all these steps and then just spritz it a little bit over my legs, and then it adds this beautiful glow to it. And the last product that I want to show you is something that I use rarely, but if I want my skin not to look too white, if I'm going out in the evening and I have this like short summer dress and I want my legs to have a little bit more of a bronze color, I don't use it too much on the top of my body. I use it mostly on my legs. Sometimes I'll use it on my decollete area, and this is, see, I've used just a little bit of it. It's called Shimmer Radiance Body Oil by Palmer's Cocoa Butter. So I'm using their oil, their shea butter oil, for my body. And I'm using this one. It's also actually nourishing, but then it has this little glow inside. I'll show you a little bit on my hand. So this is how it looks, like this golden glow. And then when you actually apply it to your skin, it's going to glow like that. It doesn't look too bronzy. It doesn't make your skin look tanned, but it just adds a little bit of a brownish glow. I don't know if you can see it in the video like that, but I apply it usually on my legs. So when I'm about to go out and I'm wearing something short, then it just adds a bit more color to my legs, and I feel like they look healthier. I don't know if it's something I think, but I think most people will agree that when you have tan skin, anything that you wear, your body, just the color of your body already looks healthier. It's no wonder that bodybuilders use a lot of tanning products, or like ballroom dancers, like samba, rumba, cha-cha, Latino dancers in competitions. They apply a lot of fake tan because it definitely makes your body glow a bit more than if you were just to have like your regular skin tone or fair skin. So this is the end of the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Do let me know down in the comment section below. What are some products that you're using? Maybe you already love some of these. Maybe you have your own hacks and tricks and tips. Feel free to share with my community. I go through all the comments. I read them. I take notes on them. Your comments and feedback mean so much to me. Thank you for supporting my channel. Also, if you would like to support more of my work, I invite you to check out my website where you can order my books. They're available for international shipment. You can also join my pre-recorded online etiquette courses that are also available on my website. There are different packages that you can purchase according to your budget, and depending on the package, you're going to have access to these courses for a different time frame. And even one of the courses have VIP package where you get to have a Zoom call with me to discuss etiquette and beyond. And if you want to become my patron, you can join my patron etiquette movie club and lifestyle club, where every month I share some etiquette review of movies as well as some lifestyle tips and tricks. Hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!